Hi, I'm Dr. Suarchla, Scientific Director with Ziva Fertility Centers. We made a number of videos about the important hormones that are very important for fertility. Let's look at some of those, but in addition to just talking about those hormones, we'll also look at the normal range, so that if you've already done these blood evaluations, you can see if your hormone levels are normal or not. We'll begin with estradiol. Estradiol is the primary hormone secreted by the follicle in the ovaries, and it is 12 to 80 times more potent than estrone and estriol. These are another form of estrogen hormones. So estradiol, or also called as E2, is a very important hormone. Estradiol stimulates development of the female sex organs during puberty, and it causes thickening of the endometrium during the menstrual cycle. So what is the normal range? Around 12.5 to 498 picograms per milliliter is the normal range, depending on the phase of the menstrual cycle. So in infertility, the evaluation, how is it done? As women age, ovarian follicles gradually decline. Follicle loss leads to lower estradiol levels and reduced negative feedback on the pituitary. FSH levels rise, and this causes elevated estradiol levels in the early follicular phase. So to test the ovarian reserve, an estradiol level and FSH can be checked on day 2 or day 3 of the cycle. FSH levels greater than 10 to 15 milli international units per ml and estradiol levels greater than 60 to 80 picograms per ml suggest low ovarian reserve. So this is how estradiol is checked, or E2. Next, let's talk about progesterone. Progesterone is released by corpus luteum in the ovaries. It causes the endometrium to become secretory, preparing it for the implantation of the fertilized egg. So it's like it's getting ready for the pregnancy. In pregnancy, it is produced by the placenta during the second and third trimesters, and the normal ranges are 0.2 to 27 nanograms per milliliter, depending on the phase of the menstrual cycle. Progesterone levels for infertility are measured 1 week before the expected period. So around cycle day 21 can be used to detect ovulation. So a level greater than or equal to 3 nanograms per milliliter means that ovulation has occurred. This is a very important hormone to understand whether the egg has ovulated around the 21st day of your cycle, if it is a regular period cycle. Now coming to follicle stimulating hormone. Follicle stimulating hormone, or FSH, is released from the anterior pituitary in response to GnRH, gonadotropin releasing hormone. FSH stimulates follicles in the ovaries to mature. The normal ranges are 3.5 to 21.5 milli international units per ml, depending on the phase of the menstrual cycle. So let's talk about infertility then. How do we measure that? As women age, ovarian follicles gradually decline. Follicle loss leads to lower estradiol levels and reduced negative feedback on the pituitary. FSH levels rise, and this causes elevated estradiol levels in the early follicular phase, which is soon after your period. Around 1 week to 10 days from the start of your period is called the follicular phase. Now to test for ovarian reserve, an estradiol level and FSH can be checked on day 2 or day 3 of the cycle. FSH levels, as I said, greater than 10 to 15 milli international units per ml, and estradiol levels greater than 60 to 80 nanogram per ml suggests a very low ovarian reserve, and it calls for treatment. Moving on to luteinizing hormone, also called as LH. LH is released from the anterior pituitary in response to GnRH again. The LH surge, that is the increase in this hormone in the middle of the menstrual cycle, stimulates ovulation. So the egg is released by this sudden increase in LH. LH maintains the corpus luteum. What is the corpus luteum? When the egg is released, the follicle from which the egg is released becomes corpus luteum. It's called as corpus luteum, and it produces progesterone. LH stimulates steroid production of progesterone. The normal range of LH is 2.4 to 95.6 milli international units per ml. Of course, it depends on the phase of the menstrual cycle. Let's talk about testosterone. Testosterone is produced by the ovaries in small amounts. In the ovaries, aromatase converts testosterone to estradiol. The normal range is 8 to 48 nanograms per dl, and anything outside this range is termed as abnormal ranges. Anti-Mullerian hormone. Anti-Mullerian hormone, also called as AMH, is Mullerian inhibiting hormone. It's also called as Mullerian inhibiting hormone. Is a hormone produced by the granulosa cells in the ovaries. Granulosa cells surround the eggs and support their development. Anti-Mullerian hormone inhibits follicular recruitment in resting eggs so that a dominant egg can develop. So all the resting eggs stay like that and a dominant egg only can develop. As the number of eggs in the ovaries fall down according to age or poor ovarian reserve, levels of anti-Mullerian hormone also decrease. This AMH is often used to measure ovarian reserve in women who are trying to conceive, and levels less than 1.66 nanograms per milliliter are indicative of low ovarian reserve, and levels less than 1 nanogram per ml indicate a poor ovarian reserve and a poor response to ovarian stimulation during IVF. So the normal ranges are according to age. When a woman is 20 to 30 years old, the median value range from 4.2 to 4.7 nanograms per ml. 30 to 40 years, the range could be from 1.69 to 3.0 nanograms per ml. 40 to 50-year-old woman, the median values range from less than 0.03 to 0.58 nanograms per ml. So this is around the normal ranges for a woman. If you wish to get these tests done, you should do it on the day 2 or day 3 of your cycle. Of course, AMH is not correlated with periods at all. You can do it any time of your periods, but the rest of the hormones that I talked about should be done around day 2 or day 3 of your periods, and depending on the reports, your fertility specialist will offer treatment to you. If you wish to understand more about this, please feel free to contact us. Thank you. A lot of effort has gone into making this video. Please like and subscribe us. Thank you.